My girlfriend announced, I'm engaged to someone else. We've been seeing each other for months. While living in my house, I said, congratulations to you both. Then I had her escorted out by police that evening and changed every lock and security code. When her fiancé showed up demanding she be let back in, I'm Michael, 38, and I got the announcement at dinner. My girlfriend, Emily, 33, and I had been together for 4 years, living in my house for 2.5. She'd made pasta, opened wine, set the table nicely. I thought maybe she got a promotion. Instead, she put her hand on the table, sporting a diamond ring I'd never seen. I have something to tell you, she said, smiling. Actually smiling. I'm engaged to Ryan. We've been seeing each other for months, and he proposed yesterday. I put down my fork, stared at her, at the ring, back at her. You're engaged to someone else while living in my house. Yes. Isn't it exciting? I wanted you to be the first to know. The audacity was so stunning, I laughed. Emily, are you having a mental breakdown? What? No. I'm in love. Ryan's amazing. He's everything I've wanted. And you're telling me this? Why exactly? She looked confused. Because we live together. Obviously, things will change now, but I figured we could work out a transition plan. Maybe I could stay another month or two while Ryan and I find a place. I stood up, walked to the cabinet, poured myself a scotch, took a sip, turned back to her. Congratulations to you both. Really? Oh, thank you. I was worried you'd be upset. Emily, pack your things. What? Pack your things. You have 2 hours. Her face changed. You can't be serious. I live here. No, you lived here. Past tense. You just announced you're engaged to another man. We're done. You're leaving tonight. That's illegal. I'm a tenant. You need to give me 30 days' notice. You're not a tenant. You're a guest. Never paid rent. Never signed anything. Not on any bills. You're my ex-girlfriend who I'm asking to leave my property. This is emotional abuse. You're throwing me out with nowhere to go. Call Ryan. I'm sure your fiancé has a place for you. She pulled out her phone, started recording. This is harassment. I'm documenting this. I pulled out my phone too, called 911. Yes, I need assistance removing someone from my property. My now ex-girlfriend announced she's engaged to another man and refuses to leave. Yes, I own the house. No, she's not on any lease or deed. Thank you. Emily's jaw dropped. You called the cops? You have 1 hour and 55 minutes. The cops arrived in 20 minutes. 2 officers, very professional. I showed them my deed, my ID, explained the situation. They looked at Emily with barely hidden disbelief. Ma'am, is it true you announced your engagement to another man while living here? That's not illegal. No, ma'am, but if you're not a legal tenant and the homeowner wants you to leave, I've lived here for years. I have rights. Do you have a lease agreement? No. Do you receive mail here? Yes. That doesn't establish tenancy without other factors. Do you pay rent? I contribute. I pulled up my banking app. Officer, here's my mortgage payments, all from my account. Utilities, all in my name, paid by me. She's never paid a dime. The younger cop looked at Emily. Ma'am, you announced you're marrying someone else. Why would you want to stay here? I need time to figure things out. The older cop said, Sir, technically she might have some claim to residency, but given the circumstances, ma'am, I strongly suggest you pack what you can tonight and leave voluntarily. Otherwise, this becomes a legal matter. Emily started crying. Not sad tears, angry tears. This is so unfair. The younger cop said, Ma'am, you told this man you're engaged to someone else. What did you expect? She called Ryan while packing. I heard her shrieking from the bedroom. Apparently, Ryan lived with 3 roommates and couldn't have her over tonight. She packed 2 suitcases and 4 garbage bags of stuff, all while live streaming on Instagram, narrating how I was kicking her out for finding love. As she left, she turned to me. I'll be back for the rest of my things. Text me when. I'll have them in the driveway. You're going to regret this, Michael. Probably not as much as you'll regret announcing your engagement over pasta. The cops waited until she drove away in the car I'd been letting her use. More on that later. The older cop turned to me. Change your locks tonight and maybe get cameras. Already have a locksmith on the way. Smart man. Good luck. The next day, I woke up to 67 text messages, 30 missed calls, and a dozen Instagram notifications. Ryan, the fiancé, messaged, Bro, that was cold. She needed more time to move out properly. Not cool. I responded, Bro, you proposed to my girlfriend while she lived in my house. Not cool. Emily's mom called at 7 a.m. Michael, what's this? I'm hearing about you throwing Emily out. Morning, Karen. Did she mention the engagement? The what? She's engaged to Ryan. They've been together for months. Long pause. She said you two were basically roommates. Is that what she told Ryan too? I need to call you back. She never did. Around noon, Ryan showed up at my door. Mid-30s, man bun, probably drove a Prius. We need to talk. No, we don't. You traumatized Emily. Your fiancé announced your engagement to me over dinner in my house that she was living in, rent-free. She said you knew about us. I laughed. She told you I knew she was cheating? It wasn't cheating. You two were basically broken up. First I'm hearing about it. Look, she needs to get her furniture. The bedroom set, the living room stuff, all bought by me. I have receipts. She owns some clothes, makeup, and a 3-year-old laptop. She decorated this place with my money. Ryan's face was getting red. She's staying with her sister now. Do you know how humiliating this is for her? For her? She announced she was marrying another man while living with me. You could have given her time to, what? Plan your wedding from my guest room? We're getting her stuff. All of it. Try it. Please make my day. He stormed off. I installed 3 more cameras. Day 3, Emily tried the nuclear option. Posted on social media that I was an abusive ex who threw her out for falling in love with someone who actually cared. Said I'd been controlling, manipulative, that she'd been trying to leave for months, but I wouldn't let her. Problem was, I had receipts, literal receipts. I posted one response, interesting narrative. Here's the facts, she announced her engagement to another man while living rent-free in my house. Never paid a bill. Also, here's last week's texts where she said she loved me. Screenshot after screenshot, her asking for money for student loans 2 weeks ago, her I love you text from 4 days before the announcement, her using my credit card for a spa day with Ryan, I now realized, last month. Her friend commented, wait, you were engaged while living there? Girl, you said you two were separated. This is messy AF. Then came a voicemail from her sister, Lauren. Michael, I'm sorry about Emily. I didn't know she was still living with you. She's been bringing Ryan around for months, saying you two were done. Mom's pissed. Can you put her stuff outside so I can pick it up? Already packed. Come by whenever. The car situation, the car Emily drove was mine, fully paid off, in my name. I let her use it, but she'd been telling Ryan it was hers. Day 4, I reported it stolen. She called from the police station, they'd pulled her over, found the car was reported stolen since she couldn't prove ownership. Michael, what the hell? Oh, hey, Emily. How's engaged life? You reported the car stolen? You don't live here anymore and took my car without permission. That's theft. You let me drive it. When you were my girlfriend. You're Ryan's problem now. This is insane. I'm at the police station. I'll come get my car then. Ryan can pick you up. He's at work. Uber exists. You're evil. I'm practical. You wanted to be engaged to someone else. Congratulations. You're his responsibility now. I picked up my car. She had to Uber to her sister's, cost her $73, per her angry text. I didn't respond. Day 6, the escalation, Ryan and 3 buddies showed up at my house at 9 p.m. Open up. We're getting Emily's things. I called 911 again. 4 men are trying to break into my house. Ryan was pounding on the door. We know you're in there. I put the phone on speaker so dispatch could hear. Please leave my property. You're trespassing. She owns half this stuff. She owns nothing. I have receipts for everything. They tried going around back. Motion lights and cameras caught everything. One friend tried to jimmy the sliding door. Cops arrived fast, 4 guys trying to break and gets priority. Ryan played victim, this man stole my fiancée's belongings. We're just trying to get her things. I showed the cops the security footage. 4 men trying to break in. Arrest them, I said. Now wait, Ryan started. Attempted breaking and entering. Trespassing. I want to press charges. The friend who tried the sliding door got cuffed. Ryan and the other 2 got citations and trespass warnings. If they came back, immediate arrest. Ryan was screaming about lawyers and lawsuits as they put his friend in the patrol car. I looked him in the eye. Your fiancée lived here rent-free for 2.5 years while cheating with you. I could sue her for back rent. Want to play the legal game? I've got deeper pockets. Day 10, the family meeting, I got a call from Karen, Emily's mom. Michael, can we talk in person? We met at a coffee shop. Karen looked tired. I need to know the truth. All of it. I showed her everything, bank statements showing I paid for everything, texts from Emily from days before talking about our future, the dinner receipt from the night before she announced her engagement. She'd insisted on an expensive place, now I knew why, celebrating with my money. Karen's face got grim. She told us you two were separated for 6 months, that you were basically roommates, that she was scared to leave because you were unstable. I'm a project manager at an engineering firm. I own my house. I've never raised my voice at her. I know. She's always been like this. When she was younger, she dated 2 boys at once, convincing each the other was just a friend. We should have done something then. She's 33, Karen. I know. Ryan's been to family dinners for months. She said you were never available, always working. We thought you were the problem. I was working, paying for her lifestyle. Karen pushed an envelope across the table. This is $5,000. It's not much, but it's something for what she took from you. Karen, I can't. Please take it. It's an apology from her father and me. We raised this. We need to own some of it. I took the envelope. Thank you. Ryan's having second thoughts, you know. Now that she's living with Lauren, asking him for money constantly, he's seeing what you dealt with. Not my problem anymore. No, it's not. I'm sorry, Michael. You deserved better. Week 3, the implosion. Lauren, Emily's sister, texted me. Can we talk? Without Emily knowing. We had a phone call. She's driving me insane. Won't get a job, won't help around the house, just sits on Instagram all day talking about her trauma and wedding planning. Ryan's only been over twice. She keeps asking him for money, and he's getting weird about it. Not my problem. I know. How did you do it for so long? I loved her, or thought I did. Love makes you stupid. She's been telling people you two had an open relationship, that you knew about Ryan the whole time and were fine until you got jealous. That's a new one. Michael, did she ever contribute anything? She made dinner sometimes, with groceries I paid for. Christ. I'm giving her 30 days, then she's out. I can't do this. Good luck. 2 weeks later, Lauren called again. She won't leave. Says I can't kick her out, she's family. Sounds familiar. Ryan dumped her. I nearly spit out my coffee. What? Yeah. She kept demanding he pay for everything, got mad when he suggested she get a job. Then she found out his marketing consultant job was part-time at his dad's company. He's been lying about having money. They're perfect for each other, honestly. Except neither has money. Karma's beautiful. She's saying she'll sue you for emotional distress and illegal eviction. She can try. I have a great lawyer. Week 5, the legal threat. I got served with papers, not a real lawsuit, just a cease and desist from some ambulance chaser Emily found, demanding I return her property and pay $50,000 for emotional distress and illegal eviction. My lawyer laughed. She announced she was engaged to another man while living with you rent-free and she wants money? That's what it says. Let me handle this. His response was beautiful, 3 pages of legalese basically saying, LOL, no. Countersuit incoming for 2.5 years of back rent at market rate, $48,000. Emily's lawyer dropped her immediately. She tried to represent herself, filed a 17-page ramble about emotional terrorism and love discrimination. The judge threw it out in under 5 minutes. The best part, she had to list her address for the court documents. She'd moved in with Ryan after he took her back. His roommate's address was now public record. Week 7, the final card. Ryan called me. I need your help. That's hilarious. Please, she won't leave. She's not on our lease, but she won't go. She's threatening to say I assaulted her if we try to make her leave. And you want my help? Why? You got her out in one night. Yeah, by calling the cops immediately and having security footage. Can you talk to her? Tell her to leave. Ryan, my man, you proposed to another man's girlfriend while she was living with him. You made this bed. I didn't know. She said you two were done. And you believed her while she lived with me? I'm an idiot. Yes. Yes, you are. Please, I'm begging you. Ryan, here's free advice, install cameras today, document everything. When she threatens false accusations, record it, then call the cops yourself. First one to call usually wins. That's it? Also, maybe don't propose to women living with other men. He hung up. 3 months later, here's where everyone ended up. Emily, after Ryan's roommates threatened legal action, moved back with her parents. At 33, she's working part-time at a clothing store, still posting about her journey of self-discovery and being a survivor of narcissistic abuse. She's engaged again to some guy she met online, lives in another state, never met in person. Ryan moved back with his parents too. His roommates kicked him out for bringing the drama. His Instagram's private, but mutual friends say he posts motivational quotes about learning from mistakes. Karen and Robert, Emily's parents, sent me a Christmas card with a $2,000 check and a note saying they're in therapy to deal with enabling behaviors. They've given Emily a deadline to move out. Lauren and I became friends. She texts updates sometimes. She's in therapy too, realizing how her family dynamics screwed up her relationships. Me, I'm good. House is peaceful. Started dating someone new, Rebecca. She has her own house, car, job, insists on splitting every check. It's weird how normal it feels to be with someone who contributes equally. The best part, I ran into one of Ryan's former roommates at a bar. He told me the full story of their last days. Emily convinced Ryan to propose by telling him she was pregnant with his kid while living with me. The timeline made no sense. She'd have been pregnant while sleeping with me. When he figured out she was lying, he tried to break it off. That's when she threatened to claim assault. The roommates installed cameras in common areas without telling her, caught her on video admitting she was never pregnant and laughing about how men are easy to manipulate. They gave Ryan the footage, he gave it to the cops, and they escorted her out. She tried to claim they illegally recorded her, but common areas in shared housing don't have an expectation of privacy. Sometimes karma takes its time, but when it arrives, it's thorough. Looking back, the red flags were everywhere. She hadn't worked steadily in 2 years, always had an excuse, a crisis preventing her from contributing, big dreams but no plans. The announcement dinner was a gift. If she'd been smarter, strung me along longer, I might have wasted more years. Instead, she got so comfortable she thought she could have her cake and eat it too, literally thought I'd let her stay while she planned a wedding to another man. The entitlement was astronomical, the delusion even bigger. The best revenge? Living well. My house is clean, bills are lower, stress is gone. I wake up every morning in my own bed, in my own house, with no one else's drama. And Emily? She's everyone else's problem now, one at a time.